Hello guys, we are back here in our survival world finally. It's been a little bit since we've been here. I have been extremely busy. If you don't remember or if you didn't see in the last episode, I'm in the process of purchasing a house. It's pretty much finished. I have completed the purchase, but now I need to move, which at the time of this recording will be happening in about 2 weeks. But anyway, yes, how is everyone doing? It's been a while, like I said, and we're in episode 50. We have reached 50 episodes. Big milestone. So today we're gonna celebrate a little bit and do something a little different. So we're gonna need to grab some materials here. First, we're gonna need a bunch of dark oak wood, which I already have prepared. And then we're just gonna need a bunch of like random stones, cobblestone, and we need tuff. And I think that's mostly it. But one thing we do need is we do need smooth stone. We're gonna need a lot of smooth stone actually. So what do we have? We have 8. Not very good. I mean, actually, I think this should be good for now. We need to make these all into slabs. So 16, I think, should be good. Let me grab some materials and then we'll get into our project. Okay, so we got everything we need in our shulker box. Now let's go ahead and head to our industrial district. Now what I want to do to celebrate 50 episodes and kind of incorporate you guys, my supporters, is make a supporter bridge. Why is this so loud? I forgot about this. But I want to make like a supporter bridge, right? Where I just kind of like recognize my supporters here that I have with you guys. And unfortunately, this is kind of a small area here. I don't know if I want to make it right here. Maybe we'll make it off the back of this thing and just make it go that way. But the goal of this is have things here in my world that recognize you guys for, you know, supporting, leaving comments. Of course, if you're a member, you'll get a spot. And then some of my biggest supporters, like that have commented on almost literally every video that I've made and, you know, help out that algorithm push. Shout out all those people. If this sounds familiar, you may remember Etho's tree subscriber supporter area. If you know what I'm talking about, you're old. Just kidding, guys, but it's something similar to that. So we need to figure out a spot. Oh, also the reason we're here in the industrial district is because it's going to use a lot of armor stands and I don't want to lag the spawn chunks, unfortunately, so we can't put it by spawn. So we're going to put it here because we're at this area pretty often and I want it to be something that's like actually seen. Now I just need to figure out where it's going to go. All right, guys, so I decided it's going here. We mined out a couple blocks too just to make some room, but this is where it's going to go and then it's going to extend that way. The vision, the idea that I'm having, right, is we're going to have this big long bridge, and then for each supporter or each like person who has a spot, right, you're going to have a sign with your name and an armor stand, and on the armor stand will be a armor trim, of course. One thing very important, I will not be doing netherite armor or netherite trims. I did that for my haul, whatever, where I have all the armor trims. I'm not doing that again. So netherite off limits. Everything else is like on limits, I guess. So what that means is if, you know, you have a spot on this bridge, you can leave a comment with the armor you want, the armor trim you want, and what material. And then on top of that, there will also be, so you know how we have this data pack that has all these mob heads? We're gonna have, instead of like player skulls or something like that, the vanilla ones, we're gonna have, or I'm gonna have, the custom mob heads on here. So if there's like a mob head or a specific mob that you want, you can leave that as a comment as well, kind of saying what mob head you would prefer to have on your armor stand, right? And it'll be like you're here in the world, you know, you have your little representation. And then there'll be a sign with the name, and there'll be a color that we can put on the sign, right? Make it glow, all that cool fancy stuff. So that's kind of the vision, the goal that I have for this thing. Super like viewer involved, honestly. That's what I want. Is this, did I make this the right height? But yeah, super like viewer interactive, viewer involved. I want you guys to feel like, you know, you're part of this, which you guys are. I wouldn't have kept making videos if, you know, I didn't have support from people. So shout out all you homies. There's three people that I have in mind for this. This is like a good, was it, idea or kind of halfway marker to see where we're at. And then when we get to episode 100, see where we're at with that. Another thing I want to talk about as well, guys, was, while yes, I have kind of not been making as many of these episodes, these are like my favorite videos to make, these survival ones, just because they're more just hanging out with you guys, just playing the game, doing whatever, right? I know I haven't made any in a decent amount of time. But that doesn't mean these videos are going to go anywhere. Like I said, they're my favorite to make. They take more time. I like putting more effort into them, and you know, it's fun to me. Of course, right? It should be fun. If it's not fun, well, then that's an issue. I shouldn't be doing this, but I do have fun making these videos. So these, don't worry, are never going anywhere. And even though these are the lowest like viewed videos, or the ones that get the least amount of traction, I am never going to stop making these just because, like I said, I enjoy them. And I think that's all the main topics I want to talk about this. Yeah, what we're building here, we're building like an archway, right? So the archway is going to start here, and then our bridge is going to go across there. This looks pretty goofy right now, actually. We need to connect it up, but this is the vision, guys. Just give it time. It'll be pretty epic. And I wish I had more scaffolding. I really should. Wait a second. I can literally make this stuff. I'm complaining about wishing I had scaffolding, and here I have just bamboo right in front of me with string in my farm also. Oh, the other thing I was going to say too is, before, when I started making these videos, I was trying to, you know, do what all the other YouTubers do. Trying to make them super, like, I don't know, trying to keep your attention on it, make it engaging, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The dumb YouTube requirements to get viewership. But, you know, I've come to the conclusion that I just want to make these for fun, and I don't really care making it as engaging as possible. I don't care about that. That's why I'm literally yapping here talking about nothing. The intro was pretty long, just because, you know, it doesn't matter. What matters is enjoying making the videos and having fun and talking to you guys and building a community, which is why I want to include something like this, and why I make these videos like this. Calm, normal, nothing crazy Minecraft videos where I just play the game and do whatever. Okay, let's finish up this first little archway here. Then we'll move to the next part. All right, so I finished the little top part. Here is our archway entrance, and you can't really see it, but we have this like cobblestone layer thing underneath here to kind of break it up and give it a little accent. Looks pretty epic. We don't need this scaffolding here anymore either. Now we need to start with like the bridge. We need to make the little bridge. So we're gonna need our stairs, and yeah, I think that's it for now. Our stairs are going to start here like this, and this is over the water, so we're going to have to do that. And then how did I make this? Well, we have temporary blocks, so let's go ahead and use our temporary blocks. I don't even remember how many high I made this. Well, I think it was either 4 or 5. We'll go with 4. That looks good. And then we can get rid of those, and then we need our regular stairs across the front here. And then on the sides here, we just got more stairs going up to give it like a little ledge. I didn't use solid blocks because it just looked too boxy, too blocky. I don't know if that's even the right word, if that's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, it didn't look good. That's all I'm trying to say here. So we're going with this stuff. And this is actually kind of a design that I saw from the Hermitcraft server. I get a lot of building inspiration from them. Honestly, you guys should too. They're so good at building. It's ridiculous. But yeah, they had a bridge that kind of started like this. So I just used the same thing. And then, you know, made my own design. But here is our staircase, right? So you go through the little archway, walk up the stairs, and then along the path here is where we will have all these supporter armor stands. So now let's go ahead and build out this little bridge part. It's pretty simple, but that's okay. Alright guys, and here's our bridge. So this is all it is, right? As we said, have our walkway, we walk up, and then this is it. And this is going to be like the section that we extend. So from here, right, starting out that way, it'll be pretty much like starting from here. And we just go out, and so we'll have these like cross beams every so often, like every 3 like gaps here. And then it'll just extend out further the more supporters we have, more people we add to this. Now, one thing we are forgetting is there are some, let's see, I have too many blocks in my head. Oh yes, also one cool thing I noticed here with this the stripped wood, if you go out far enough, it actually looks like this is kind of a different like level, right? Like it's almost sunk in a little bit, like a 3D effect. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. It looks pretty cool in my opinion, so I went with that, even though it's just something really simple. It's just a stripe down the middle. Anyways, we're gonna now need our stone bricks and our tough wall, and we're gonna go down here. Oh, I forgot to add the little caps on here so it looks, you know, better. Now over here, I have to make sure I have my stone bricks and wall. We're gonna have walls coming down into the water. Of course, you know, we need to support our bridge, and this is really deep. Actually, I didn't realize how deep this was. And then this one is gonna come all the way up here, just like this, till we reach the top. Let's stop swimming. And then our tough wall is gonna go all the way down, just like that. That looks bad. How do we fix this? Well, these blocks back here need to be removed. Much better. Now we just need to add one on this side, which this one is thankfully way shorter. Perfect. There we go. We now have our support beams, and this is gonna, it looks weird like that for now, but that's fine. This is just where the bridge ends. Now the last thing, of course, is where are we gonna put our armor stands? So we're gonna put them on slabs of smooth stone, and then our armor stands here. And I believe I had them set up like this. 1, 2, 3. For now, we're just gonna put 8, just because we only have 8 armor stands. And we're just gonna skip a block like this. And oh, well, I guess we'll just put it all the way down for now. That's fine. And these will be here ready to go for our supporters. Now, as for the first people we're going to add to this bridge, well, there's 3 that I have in mind. So the first one is True Channel OG Avery Craft. Now, I haven't seen them around in a while. They used to comment on every single video. They were the OG pretty much, supporting every single video I put out. So shout out them. If they see this video, you're on the bridge. You're the very first person. The next person is going to be the homie Tutor Rob. They're in also every comment section, always leaving a comment, always being super encouraging. So they're getting a spot here on the bridge as well. Shout out them, always supporting the algorithm. And then the final person that we're going to add is going to be the homie Great Dynamics. Again, like the other 2, comment on every single video, always supporting, especially the news videos. They really enjoy those just because they're so straightforward. So this is the 3 homies that we have on the bridge so far. The biggest supporters to my channel to this point. Shout out these 3 people so far. Shout out everyone who subscribed, who views my videos, and especially shout out to Tutor Rob, Great Dynamics, and Avery Craft. Now, let's go make some armor for these homies. Now, of course, because these are the first 3 that I'm adding to the bridge here, I'm deciding the armor and I guess the mob head. But, you know, you guys watching this video, if you want me to change it, change the armor type, change the armor trim, change the head, let me know. Just leave a comment and I'll happily change it, of course. But what we're gonna do is we're of course gonna just go buy some diamond armor, because we need to save our, what is it, our diamonds, so we can duplicate the armor trims. So we need, why did I just buy these, guys? Why did I actually just buy these? We're not putting helmets on them. All right, well, these are just all gonna go away, and they can go to the corner of despair over here. Okay, let's try this again. We need, oh, those are kind of expensive. These are not expensive. 1, 2, 3. And then let's check this guy over here. What does this guy got? He's got some boots for 1. Perfect. And then we got some chest plates for 7. That's better than 8, so we're gonna go with those. Now we need to grindstone all of these. Wonderful. Now let's go grab some armor trims. Let's go figure out which ones we want. What I'm thinking here is, I love that we can just look at all of them. This is so awesome. This is one of the best like things I've ever built here. We just have all the armor trims on display, and then of course, you know, we have more options down here. It's like a whole closet. It's amazing. I'm so happy with this build, guys. You have no idea. This is one of the best things I've ever built in this game. I'm so proud of this. That one looks, I forgot how fancy some of these look. All right, anyways, so I think the ones I'm going to use are going to be this one. Do I have, oh, okay, well, I guess we're taking it from, oh, I hope, oh man, I'm not gonna remember these. Do I have, yeah, I don't have any in the barrels. What should be, do I have, hold on, do I have any in our storage back at the house? Oh, we do. We have one of each one. Okay, perfect. Let's go figure out which ones we want to use. So what I'm thinking is, for Avery Craft is the first one. For the OG, we're going to use the Silence armor trim. It's the craziest one. It's also like usually the last armor trim you get. So anyways, yeah. And then I also think that, which one is it? This one. The, oops, Let's make sure that's the right way. I think Spire is the name. Oh, the Flow armor trim. I think this one's pretty cool. So we're gonna use the Flow armor trim, and then that one looks pretty cool. But I think we're gonna go with, let's see, Eye or Spire. This one's Spire, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go with Spire. So Spire, the Silence, and what is this one? The Flow. The Flow armor trim, right? Okay, let's go to our, oh, ouch. Let's go to our storage system and make some duplicates of these. I hope, oh geez, I don't remember what materials I need for these. I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see, what do we got here? Silence, and then we need what, three of each? Well, 4 of each, I guess. A Flow. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna use the 3 that we have, and then Aspire. You need purple blocks for this. Do I? Oh, I do. Let's go. I have 3. We need to make a chorus fruit farm next episode. We do have that in our industrial district. We have a spot for it. We just gotta make it. Yeah, it's pretty easy farm, honestly. It's nothing crazy. So, anyways, here's, can I? Oh, duh! I need diamonds. Duh. Okay, hopefully 58 is enough. 1, 2. Oops. What am I missing here? Oh yeah. How many is that? We need to make 1 more for 4. Perfect. Gosh, these are always so confusing to make. Oh no, okay, how much is this? 4. Perfect. Now we just need to put them all on. Oh, what material you know what, we're gonna use gold. I think gold's pretty cool. So why do we have no gold? Where's our gold? Well, okay, I guess we're going to the nether. Okay, we got the gold. Let's put our armor trims on here. Now I need to make sure I don't mess this up. So we need the pants, the leggings, and the boots, and then we need to put the next one, and that's going to be the chest plate, the leggings, the boots, and then we'll do the silence for the chest plate, the leggings, and the boots. All right, look at us go. We're so intelligent, guys. We figured out how to put trims on armor. Aren't you guys so proud? Let's head back to the bridge now. Okay, so we're gonna put the silence one here for Avery Craft, and then for these 2, let's see, I was gonna put Spire on this one. Yes, Spire was gonna go for Great Dynamics, and then Flow was gonna go for Tutor Rob. Now, of course, if any of you are watching and you want to change these, happily just let me know in the comments. And then I also have this shulker box with a couple dyes and some mob heads. So Avery Craft, their little character, they have like a red character, so we're putting the magma cube, and then of course we're gonna dye the sign and then make it red to match their color. Also, Tutor Rob, their main color, it looks like it's green in like their profile picture, so we're gonna make this green, and then we're gonna put a little slime head on top. And then for Great Dynamics, they have like a picture of a face with a pink and blue like circle on the back, so we're just gonna make it pink, and then we're gonna put a villager head because honestly the picture in their profile picture looks almost like a villager. So yes, here's our first 3 additions to the bridge. Shout out you guys for always commenting, always supporting, and of course, like I said, shout out everyone else as well. I hope that this bridge grows and we have all kinds of supporters and people on here, and it just has different armor types, different heads, different, you know, trim materials. I think it'll look pretty special. Wait a second, I forgot the lanterns on this. There are supposed to be lanterns on this. Let me go grab those. All right, there we go. Lanterns added to the little archway. Now, oh, the last thing I was gonna say is I feel like this will be a pretty cool like milestone thing to look back on in episode 100 and see how much it has changed. See how many more people are here. But for now, this is a good start. Who are you? Why are you here? Who invited you? Why do you always show up? Please go away. You don't even have anything good, and you're worthless. Oh, poor that guy. Now, because we have only built this bridge and haven't done much this episode, we are going to make a small farm. It's going to be nothing crazy. It's just going to be a small little addition here to our industrial district. And I think, where do I want to build this? Let's have a little look up here. So what do we have left? Well, let's actually have a look in here. An egg farm, chorus fruit. This one's all done. Okay, for one, chorus fruit's going to go right here in this big section. Then this is going to be a special area for explosions and blowing up things. There's going to be a concrete maker here, guys. That's all it is. Just a concrete maker. Anyways, the egg farm I'm probably going to put here or maybe over here. What do we still have? We have a lot of farms over on this side, surprisingly. We have all these, have all this, have this. this is what we don't have. Now, most of these don't need to be big. This one, well, I don't know, maybe we'll make this one big just because like dripstone's pretty cool to build with. Cactus doesn't need to be big. Cocoa beans don't need to be big. And then seaweed doesn't need to be big either. So those can all go like down in here somewhere or in this spot. I'm kind of running out of space in here. Actually, we could put it here also, right? There's a whole bunch of space, and maybe this spot. Wow. What am I gonna do here? Okay, yeah. We're gonna use this spot right here for this small farm that we're gonna build. Let me go grab some stuff real quick. Okay, guys. So like I said, I was gonna get some materials, and here we go. This is everything we need. So this isn't gonna be a very big farm or anything, and let's just grab everything we got in here. So what are we gonna make? Well, as you guys know, we build a lot of we use a lot of stone, and in our world here, I want to make a stone farm, but stone farms are kind of hard to make, and that's because flowing lava needs to touch a water source. The other thing is that you can't blow up stone, like you can't automatically collect it because it just turns to cobblestone. So we have to manually do it, and we're gonna do that with this nifty little setup that I got going on here. It's very simple. It's a very simple farm, honestly. Anyways, while we're building this, right, I told you guys I am moving soon, so that's gonna be a big thing that comes up at some point. Not at some point, like it's literally in 2 weeks. I have not packed anything. Right now I live in an apartment, shocker, and I still need to pack up everything. I can move into my house in about 2 weeks, but my apartment, like I have my lease until I think like the middle of May, right? So it's a decent amount of time. Obviously I don't want to be, here in my apartment when I could have a house, right? Who does? So anyways, yeah, I haven't packed anything. I have a bunch of boxes, but I'm just dreading having to work, and that's facing the wrong way. Not work. I'm dreading having to just pack up everything. I don't know why. Packing is just it sucks. And it's not fun. And I've been wanting to do other things, and that is unfortunately what I've been doing. Other things, not the things that I need to do. Anyways, with that being said, I don't know if I'll get another episode out before. Is that working? Okay, perfect. We want that to only work when we're here using the farm. So what this is doing, it activates the redstone line, pushes the piston, and then this activates and only works when we're using the farm. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I think I was talking about when I'll get another video out. I don't know. I hope that I can get another one out around the beginning of April, but there might be a chance I don't. Just because I gotta, like I said, pack up everything and then move, which is going to be quite the process. It shouldn't be too bad. Like, I don't have a lot of stuff. Moving is a process, as anyone who has moved probably is aware. Keep that in mind, guys. I'm not abandoning the videos. I'm just making big life changes, and I don't have as much time to record. Now, how does this farm going to work? Well, it's really quite simple, actually. I was hoping that was going to create a water source right there. Stop. There we go. Okay, no. Wow. No. Yeah, this is, oh my goodness, I did it again. Let's turn off the automatic hand restock because that's kind of messing us up right here. But yeah, so we're gonna have this water stream. No. We're gonna have this water down here. What did I just do? Where did that go? Wait a second. Hold on. I just placed the water here. Why is it not there? Can I make this? Let's go. Okay, let's try again. But anyways, so yes, we're gonna have the water stream here, right? This is how we get the infinite water sources in the middle, and then it doesn't flow out. There needs to be a glass here, and then glass all the way around, because then on top we're gonna have our lava buckets up here, and then when these flow down, they make the stone. So then what we do is we'll stand here and we'll mine, and it'll create the stone for us, just like this. It goes into the hoppers, which then goes out into this bad boy, and eventually we'll have a pipe that's up and connected and everything, and it'll work much better. And we'll also have a beacon. That's the other thing. We need to set up a beacon in here to have haste too, and then obviously other beacon effects to make this area just easier to move around. Probably just speed and regeneration, maybe strength, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, for this to be the most efficient, we need haste, so it auto mines everything. And there we go. There's our stone farm. That's all it is. The one thing I don't like is how this flips when we hit the trapdoor. I don't know how we could fix that, because I think all trapdoors will do that. Maybe put something else up here. I'm trying to think. I don't want to put a slab because I just like being able to walk underneath here. So I don't want a slab, but I don't really know what else I could put up here. Maybe an amethyst cluster. I'm trying to think of like other low profile blocks like this, but there honestly isn't too many. But yeah, anyways, that's this farm. That's his manual. And this is going to go into our just like extra chamber right here, just because it's a manual farm. And yeah, I think that's it. That was the last thing I want to do in this episode. So again, not sure how long this is going to be. I have to edit it still, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of our little bridge that we got going on here, and our wandering trader who wants to be included for some reason, and our little stone farm here. This is super simple. This literally is the easiest farm I think in this entire place. Probably, maybe, who knows. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next one. I don't know when that's gonna be. It may be a little bit. Hopefully I can get an episode out sooner, but we'll see, I guess. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more videos like this. Check out memberships, help support the channel, get a spot on the bridge, plus all kinds of other perks, get your name in the credits, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everyone.